our group.
My name is Apollo Marvin.
My name is Karen.
My name is Nancy Wanime.
So today we are going to talk about the social science approach, which is also known as the functionalist approach, and it was popular in the 1980s based on research in psychology and sociology. This approach assumes a describable external reality. It also assumes that human behavior is predictable and that the research goal is to describe and predict behavior. Researchers who take this approach often use quantitative methods, gathering data and administering questionnaires.
Social science is all about human behavior, which is perceived as predictable. One of the examples where the scientists use variables in culture to measure, variable culture to measure the difference in culture. So, for example, like the Hurricane Katrina case, we find that the scientists did a study, and according to their findings, they found the difference between the opinions between whites and African Americans in terms of the response of the government. So you find that the African Americans were saying in the case that the victims were Africans or blacks, in other words, the response would have been lower, and if the victims were white, the response would have been higher, which is relatively the same thing. And some of the whites agreed, like 17% of them agreed that the response would have been higher in the case that the victims were white. So according to these findings that the social scientists found, they concluded that this prompt scientists concluded that this would predict or it would influence the political conflict in a society.
William Gaddiskansk, who was one of the researchers of communication. So this guy was interested in knowing if the uncertainty varied among the cultures who happen maybe to be individualistic or collectivist. So this theory can be best explained through examples, and an example I came across was the people in Asia, especially the Japanese, Chinese, Taiwanese, those guys. When if you're conversing, like the Japanese guys or Chinese, they sort of are comfortable to converse with you when you're indirect, like you're not straight to the point, like maybe let's say the Westerners, the countries like US, Europe, and so William Gaddiskansk, when he explained further over that on that theory, he made a conclusion that using direct approach on like the Chinese guys, they sort of take it as a disrespect, and like maybe you didn't mean any offense to them, but when it comes to the Westerners, they find that appropriate because like time is crucial to the whites. I'd say that because mostly it's Westerners who are so into the direct approach.
So, based on different fundamental assumptions about human nature and human behaviors, that's the definition of what the social scientist approach is about. And social scientists are interested in predicting human behavior by trying to predict intercultural communication by emphasizing the different aspects of the process. So this theory suggests that certain levels of uncertainty and anxiety affect people and play a part in successful interaction and human culture. Social scientists might study what kinds of communication media people used after Hurricane Katrina, the example that we were given. So this kind of study tries to see trends in communication usage, and can predict that people will again turn to cable network, especially CNN for news about the current world events. Yes.
So in conclusion, behavior plays a vital role in culture. So it either impacts the people positively or negatively. Thank you.